What's up guys, my name is Lydianne and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a much more serious one and there's going to be no gameplay on the screen because I really want to focus on the commentary for this one. Last week there wasn't many videos out. I also took a break early January from uploading on YouTube, and the reason for this is basically I have depression. And with that comes times when I am feeling so bad that I cannot record videos because I have no motivation to, firstly, and secondly I feel that in videos I have kind of a responsibility to be very happy and hyper and I don't know, just very high energy, and sometimes when I'm feeling just a little bit bad, I'm able to hide it and kind of put on a brave face, but then there's other times where I just can't even function. So this video is going to be a little bit about having depression and maybe a bit of support for other people with depression, just to let you know you're not alone and it's a really sucky illness. This video is so difficult to make and I was scared about making it for ages, put it off for a while, but I think, I don't know, I think I have a lot to say. Who knows, maybe it'll help some people. So my depression started around when I moved up to secondary school. It was kind of a shock to the system. Initially I wasn't in a very good friendship group. They weren't the sort of people I wanted to be hanging around and I didn't really fit in. Eventually I just kind of moved away from them, and by that point everyone had already made their friendship groups, which meant I was the kid alone reading in the library every break time and lunchtime and what have you. So obviously that is an easy target for bullies. So yeah, I was a bit bullied in school, not as badly as some people are, but bullies suck. If you are being bullied, then please tell someone, because I failed to do so for so long. And I found it was kind of hard to identify that this actually was bullying and no, it wasn't just a little bit of teasing. So yeah, it's not as black and white as people kind of make it seem. And eventually I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I was feeling so rubbish about myself. I started self-harming. I just was miserable. I didn't see what there was to live for anymore. I'd forgotten everything good in my life, so I ran away one night and I had plans to kill myself. Just gonna say it right out because that's how it is. Thankfully I didn't. I guess I was just too scared, and I was safe in the morning, which is good. But that's really when my parents found out that, yeah, I have depression and this isn't just, a moody teenager phase kind of thing. But that was actually a rubbish way for them to find out, because it was just completely out of the blue and it probably wasn't very fair to them. So, I wanted to tell them about it beforehand, but it was kind of, I don't know, people who have been through depression will understand that it's so hard to tell anyone, because you think they're not going to believe you. You think that you've done something wrong. You think that they might think you're attention seeking, and they think, I don't know, you think that they might run away because they're scared. I don't know. Even if, the people you're trying to tell are the nicest people in the world, all these things go through your head before you can actually tell them. So yeah, my family found out in a pretty terrible way, to be honest. But after that I stopped going to school because my family realised that it was just making things so much worse. Eventually I was pulled out of school altogether, and that is why this year I'm actually being homeschooled. And so yeah, this is kind of last year this happened, so fairly recently actually. So yeah, having depression, for those of you who don't know, is like I said previously, you can't see what's good in the world anymore. Even the simplest tasks like getting out of bed is the biggest chore. Like, you just don't see what you have to get up for, kind of thing, and you don't want to get dressed because, you know, can't be bothered. And it's not just being lazy. It might, from someone on the outside, it might look like you're just being lazy, but it's not. You just, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I find like that it's really hard to concentrate on some things. I find that it's affecting my relationships with some people. It's making me very self-conscious, kind of. In some ways, it just makes you loathe yourself, kind of. I don't know. I guess depression kind of comes alongside self-hatred, and you know, you can't even look in the mirror without crying, I guess. Depression has been described as two things, most of all, which is a black dog and a black cloud kind of thing. For me, the black dog kind of metaphor doesn't really work for me, because I have a lovely little dog who makes me really happy. But I think the black cloud metaphor is probably more appropriate, because I find a lot of the time when you're having bad thoughts, it's kind of hard to differentiate the bad thoughts that are coming from your depression and the bad thoughts that are just true. Like, so it's kind of really hard to distinguish between fact and not fact. Even when you're doing something you used to really enjoy, you just kind of feel numb. You know, there's no real enjoyment out of a lot of things. You know, you just feel numb. Like, things that should be really exciting are just, you're in some ways kind of dreading, because, I don't know, you have to go out and face the world and make others believe that you're just normal and there's nothing wrong with you. And it's difficult, it really is. So to anyone who has depression themselves, the first thing I'd say is tell someone, because it really did help me. Once my parents knew, they started sorting it out. I had counselling, I got a formal diagnosis, now I'm on medication for it. So yeah, it really does help once you've kind of told someone. Like, there's a saying, like, a problem shared is a problem halved. So yeah, I'd say that really applies to this situation, because chances are they'll be really supportive and really help you out. Another thing that I'd say is, when you have depression, you can feel so alone, and you can almost feel as if you're weird and there's something wrong with you, and that you're normal. Like, lots of people go through this, and you're not alone. You know, there's help forums, there's helplines, which I'll actually leave in the description. There's just people you can talk to who have been through a similar thing. And on that note, if anyone, you know, wants to talk to me about this kind of thing, feel free to, I don't know, tweet me or send me a private message on what's the YouTube? I forgot the word for YouTube. So yeah, that's that. Until you go something really horrible, you kind of take for granted, I found, your friends and how much they mean. Because to be honest, if it wasn't for some of my friends, I probably wouldn't be here today speaking. I have tried to film this video so many times, and it keeps going wrong. Either I start rambling, either I just get too upset that I can't talk anymore, because this is a really personal thing for me. It's something that I've suffered with for quite a while, and something that I feel quite strongly about. So yeah, I hope you took something from this video, whether it be, you know, if you have depression, whether it be just the fact that to know you're not alone. There's people you can talk to, there's things you can do. Because what I found is a lot of people will tell you that they understand, which a lot of the time really annoys me, because mostly they don't understand unless you know for a fact that they've been through it. But yeah, those people, even if they end up saying something like cheer up and you know you can't, or I understand and you know they don't, just remember that they're saying these things because they really want to see you get better and they really care about you. The people you should not surround yourself with, if someone ever says to you you're just attention seeking or anything of that sort, you just you need them out of your life, basically, because that is total crap, basically. People who say, you know, people with depression or people who self-harm or attention seekers really irritate me, because it's just not the case, and if they ever went through it, they'd know that that really wasn't the case. So, you know, don't kind of tolerate that sort of attitude. And finally, just, I guess, stay strong. It's a well-known saying, I guess, in regards to depression, and it really is true. These times it's so flippin' flappin' hard and difficult to live through. I know, I really do understand. And yes, really, before you act on anything that you might be feeling, do talk to someone, even if it's just, I don't know, calling a helpline. It might save your life, and in the future you'll probably look back and be like, wow, I'm so glad I didn't kill myself. And if you don't have depression, I hope this kind of gives you an insight into, you know, what other people are going through, because I'm sure we all know like one or two people at least that suffer from depression, because unfortunately it is quite common, which is really poopy, but you know, all we can do is help those that are, and kind of, if you are, just stay strong, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to this. Sorry it was a bit depressing compared to usual, but I really hope you took something from this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.